Hey everyone, and thanks for joining me. Today I want to go ahead and share with you some footage from my Black IPA brew day that I did 2 weeks ago. This Black IPA was based on a recipe that is up on the 17 Brew Crew forums. I'll go ahead and put a link to it down in the description, as well as the recipe up on brewgr.com. When the brew day is finished, we'll go ahead, we'll come back and we'll talk about some of the things that happened on that brew day. Okay, so today we're doing up a 17 Brew Crew inspired Black IPA. I've got two different versions here. The original version, which called for pale malt, Carafa 3, midnight wheat, Crystal 60. Come to discover, I thought I had some, but I didn't have any midnight wheats. So I've excluded that, and I've just bumped up the pale malt a little bit. Basically, I'm using 87% pale malt, 5% Carafa 3, and 3% of the Crystal 60. The hop bill is going to stay the same. I got 5% dextrose coming in here as well. The hop bill is the same. Instead of 001, I'm going to be using the 1318 on this one. Hoping to get some biotransformation goodness happening. And yeah, there's my dry hops. So that's about it. I'm going to change my water process up here a little bit. Let me tell you about that. Okay, for those of you that have been following my videos for some time, you know that I'll generally take water out of the HLT, put it into the mash tun, then refill the HLT with water to heat up for the recirculation part. And then, you know, by that point I'm doughed in and I'm mashing. Today I've done it a little bit differently because now I'm focusing more on the water. And so instead of taking water out of here, I've already put the water in the mash tun, and I've already added in my salts so that I know what that water composition is there. And then for the water, when I'm going to sparge, instead of adding in any salts into the sparge water, I'll just add those salts directly into the boil kettle. And yeah, that's how I'm going to do it today. There's 4.57 kilos of pale ale malt. It's the best malts. And here we go, 170 of the Crystal 60. And here we go, 280 grams of Carafa 3. So there it is all together. It's the 4.83 kilograms of pale malt, the Crystal 60, and Carafa 3. That's it. That's all that's going into this grain bill. Okay, and now I'm taking a pH reading. I'm about 15 minutes into the mash, looking about 5.3. Alright, currently just about 22 minutes into the mash. Got my PID on the HLT set for 65. It's currently at 65. And what I really like is get about 64.5 in the mash tun, which is what I'm holding right now coming out of the bottom of the mash tun. So for me, this is really exactly where I want it. I'm going for a light body on this one, light medium, maximum on the mouthfeel, and yeah, looking pretty good so far. See the temperature on there, not the temp, but the color. It's not completely black like a stout, but it's pretty dark, and I'm okay with that. Alright, so now I've switched over the hoses and I'm sparging. So the sparge water is coming out of the HLT up into the top, flushing the grains, which is now coming up here. Take a look. Really nice Okay, so we just got past the hot break, so I got my first addition of 26 grams of Simcoe going in. And then we'll go ahead and set the timer on the clock. Go ahead, hit that button, 60 minutes on the clock. So yeah, we'll come back, we got the Whirlpool tablet at 15 minutes, and then the final hop drops at 5 minutes and flame out. Okay, and checking out the pH of the pre-boil sample, we were reading about 5.3 and 5.36, right on target. Alright, just over the 45-minute mark here. Time to throw in our half a Whirlpool tablet. And also, can't forget, half a teaspoon of yeast nutrient. There we go. The yeast nutrient using today is the old Y yeast for brewing. Alright, here we go. 55 minutes, which means 5 minutes left in the boil. Here we go. Ooh, I missed that one. Alright, here comes the moment of truth. Just hit the 60-minute mark. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the kettle. Add in my flame out addition. There we go. I'm not going to drop this down to 80 degrees Celsius first. I want all this goodness and the bitterness that comes with it for this Black IPA. We'll talk more about that later. So we'll leave that in there, and I'll go ahead and let that steep for about 30 minutes. I'll whirlpool it and then cool it down after that. Alright, let's hook up the Whirlpool. Okay, counterflow chiller's now turned on. So now that it's done free dropping, now I'm actually force dropping the temps coming out of the bottom of the kettle, through the pump, through the counterflow chiller, and back up into the Whirlpool port. The beer, as you can see, it's still going around. It's been going around for just over 35 minutes here. There's the counter, just over 35 minutes, and it's currently at 45, 46, and dropping. Alright, so there it is, going into the fermenter. It's definitely darker than a brown. It's looking really, really nice. Okay, so I'll up into the fermenter, just show you a little glimpse of the aftermath in the kettle. Never get too greedy. Leave some in the bottom for, leave the chub behind. Alright, well there's the Black IPA in the fermenter. Got it set for 18 degrees. Currently showing it at 18.2. So, yeah, I'm going to cool down a little bit. And, yeah, got 20 liters. A little bit more than the 5 gallons I was going for. And that's okay. Let's go ahead and check out the gravity and where we came out. Okay, and there she is. So, not looking too bad, actually. She's a lot darker, blacker towards the black side that I was hoping for. We were aiming for 1060, and looks like we got right on there. Let's see if I can focus in on that. There we go. Okay, so there it is. It's actually, I think it's going to turn out really, really nice. Just used the Carafa 3. And actually the recipe is very, very similar to Stone Sublimely Self-Righteous. Let's go ahead and get the taste. It's got a good hoppiness to it, and just a ever so slightly bite to the for the bitterness. So I'm really glad that I let that whirlpool for 30 minutes. Yeah, when that finishes, when that gets rid of the sweetness and it dries out, I think that's going to be a very good drink. Anyways, that's it for the brew day, guys. Now all I got to do is clean up. Alright, so here she is a couple days later. The Black IPA. Fermenting like a madman. Going really nice. Alright, racking off the Black IPA. A little bit of hop debris up there still on the top. But overall, it's kind of like a dark brown. It's coming off pretty nice. Looking forward to tasting the sample and seeing what it tastes like. Alright, so here it is. Here's the beer in all its glory. It's been on gas for about a week now. Got a light here, and it's not showing anything through it. So definitely the 5% of carafa on this did the job. More importantly, how does the aroma and the flavor taste? Let's go ahead and dive in. Cheers. On the aroma, I get like really fresh hops, like you open up a hop bag and you get that sort of raw hoppiness straight up out of the aroma. It's really not distinctual among any of the categories, whether it's fruity, tropical, earthy, grassy, woody, or any of that. It's just fresh hops. There was a lot used, without a doubt, but let's go ahead and dive in and see how it tastes. Cheers. Very nice. There's almost no bitterness. There is some bitterness. Now it's coming. Now I get it on the back end. On the initial taste, there's like, it's just smooth. In terms of, a percentage of the expected 50 IBUs, I would say I'm getting maybe 8% of that expected bitterness hit. But now as it's gone down in the middle of my palate, I can feel the 50 IBUs there. Is it really 50 IBUs? On my palate, it's really, we can't really tell, but it feels less than some of the IPAs I've had that are around 50 IBUs. It's really gauging in around 40 if you think about it in terms of a threshold. Definitely getting, now it's coming, it's being more aromatic. A lot of citrus, a little bit of grapefruit, some pininess, and some just a light touch of dankness. It's really nice, but I'll tell you what, I'll be honest, it's probably going to need another week or two in the keg to sort of open up, like a flower blossoming, if you will, in terms of allowing those hop flavors to sort of just meld and gel together, and then see what they actually come to be. It was so much hops in at the Flame Out and in the Whirlpool. I'm getting all that, and it's just like that sort of, like I said, the raw hoppiness, and it just sort of needs time to evolve, I think. But overall, I think this is going to be a fantastic Black IPA. So let's go over the other notes of it. It's in terms of the mouthfeel, it's really nice. It has a nice medium mouthfeel to it, sort of a slickness to it going back that gives you the sensation that it's a medium mouthfeel, even though it's sort of a light medium body on the beer itself. But the mouthfeel is sort of medium at first, and then comes that bitterness, and it sort of dries out on the back of the palate. So I think that the sulfate and chloride ratio on this is really good, actually. It's not too dry, like the sulfate is too much, and it's not like the chloride is there, because this is not a malty beer at all. I don't taste any roastiness to it. I don't get any of that. It's all about the hops on this one. And there's no astringent or roastiness or any of that flavor. It's just the color. If I was to close my eyes and drink this blindfolded and somebody told me it was an IPA, I would think it would be a nice bright golden copper color IPA. Would never know that it was black. So in that case, I think I accomplished what we were going for here. I've heard that the Midnight Wheat does have some roasted notes to it, So would I recommend using it? I don't think I would. I think I would only keep the Carafa, no more than 5% for the total grain bill. And I'm totally happy with this, and would brew it again. So with that, guys, that's the Black IPA. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Cheers.